He works too hard and won't listen to a doctor's advice when he probably could have lived longer. Cather realistically portrays a character who is very much like the immigrants that she met in her lifetime. He loves his life and is satisfied with his family and what he has accomplished. And Rosicki finally finishes his life, content with how he has lived. Our last writer, Robert Frost, also delves into the idea of a hard-working man finally laying down to rest after a long life. Robert Frost, born in 1875, lived a rather hard life. His father died when he was 11, and when Frost married, he lost 2 children, one as a baby and one as an adult who committed suicide. However, Frost did not allow his personal tragedies to stunt his writing, and he wrote many poems while he ran a farm in New Hampshire. He began writing as a young man, but his poetry did not become popular until a second book of poems was published in 1914, after Frost took a trip to England and met with Ezra Pound, another poet. Frost's poetry became very popular in America, and many people recognized in his poetry images of themselves and the experiences that they had gone through. Frost did not delve into fantasy or terribly obscure verse, but he instead kept his poetry centered in nature and American culture. One poem from Frost that centers on his experiences with farming and harvest time in America is called After Apple Picking. The poem can be read on several levels, and each level reveals something about the people who live and work and grow old in America. In the beginning of the poem, the speaker ruminates that although he's been picking apples for a long time, there is still a barrel that I didn't fill, but decides that he is done with apple picking now. On one level, Frost is speaking like a tired workman who doesn't really care if the job is entirely done right now. He simply wants to stop where he is and go home. On another level, Frost is speaking like an old man who realizes that some things in his life are unfinished, but he is too tired and worn out to continue. He will leave the things for someone else to finish and go rest in an eternal sleep. Frost continues with the metaphor, saying that of apple picking I am overtired, of the great harvests I myself desired. He is expressing the frustrations of a tired farmer who is excited at first that there will be a large harvest, but now that he has had to pick every single apple, he is not feeling the excitement anymore. Frost could also be talking about a man about to die, who has accomplished much of what he wanted in life, but now that he has it, he finds that he cannot enjoy it. He is too old and too tired. Finally, Frost finishes the poem by asking about the sleep which he feels coming on, whether the woodchuck could say that it's like his long sleep as I describe it coming on, or just some human sleep. The long sleep of hibernation that the woodchuck sleeps can be likened to death, a very long sleep that the old man feels is coming. Or it could be regular, deep sleep that the workman is ready for. Robert Frost takes a normal farming activity, does not dress it up with fantastical elements, and uses it to express the idea of age and a desire for rest. Throughout the rest of his poetry, he uses everyday items and situations to express ideas that almost everyone can relate to. So we've come to the end of our search for realism in the works of Dunbar, Cather, and Frost. Each one shows an amazing attention to the details of everyday life and a determination to present them in their works. They each have different styles, whether it is Dunbar's more subtle protest against the injustice in society, Cather's descriptions of immigrants as normal people, or Frost's attention to the small details in life that relate to larger philosophical issues. The love of the world around them and of the country that they live in informs their works and enriches the lives of their readers. Thank you.